Please like my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please press the bell icon so that you get to know when my latest video has come. And to learn more and to find a video relevant to you, please do check out my videos list.
Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. We have been talking about placements of planets from each other, and we have also talked about planets placed from their Mool Trikona signs, why Mool Trikona signs are very important, and so on. Today I am going to talk about the placements of signs versus houses, which means that when a sign moves away from its natural rulership house, then what is the denotation? So for example, if the Taurus sign becomes the ascendant and so moves away from the second house ruling which Taurus does and goes into the Lagna and become the ascendant, which means the sign has gone 12 places from itself. What does it mean? On the other hand, if Capricorn becomes the ascendant, then Capricorn rules the 10th house and then it has now gone 4 houses from itself. What does this mean for a Capricorn ascendant native, and so on? So today we will be doing at a very generic level signs versus houses and what does the placement of the sign moving away so many places from the house means, because houses will remain the same. The first house will always be on the top and the second, the third, fourth and so on, but the signs keep moving between the houses based on what the ascendant is, and so the signs moving away from houses will give a special denotation to them, special meaning to them basis what the ascendant is. So what the ascendant is will have a certain meaning from a sign versus house perspective at a karmic level, and so let's deep dive into what those means from each of these signs. So first and foremost, let's start with the 12th house first. What is the 12th house ruler? The 12th house ruler is Pisces. So if Pisces moves into the Lagna, that means instead of the 12th house which it rules, Pisces sign, it moves into the Lagna, which means it is moved into the second house from itself. So now when Pisces moves second house from itself, which means every sign has moved second to itself. So Pisces rules the 12th house, moves into the Lagna, which means now Aries, which was the Lagna lord which is ruling the Lagna, now goes into the second house, and then Taurus, which was ruling the second house, goes into the third house, so and so on. So when Pisces sign becomes the Lagna, moves second from itself, each of the sign moves second from itself. So this has a special denotation. What does this mean? Firstly, it means what is the natural energy of the sign which has now become the Lagna. The natural energy of the sign connected to being true to the sign, being true to the attributes of the sign, and then getting the second house placement or gains of that sign. So this means that Pisces sign, which is also representative of losses and loss of effort, wastages, and also a very very karmic sign or a sign of giving up and doing charity, doing for others. So if when the Pisces sign becomes the ascendant, the Lagna, which means the main role of the Pisces sign native is to be ready to give up what he or she is wanting from this life and to give it up for others, and then the gains what comes from each of these signs placed in the second house from itself. So when it comes to themselves at a Lagna level, giving up their own needs, giving up their own manifestation, giving up their own greed, giving up their own arrogance and doing for others, and through that gaining the attributes of each sign. So 12th house represents Moksha. So Moksha comes to the Lagna if the person gives up, and materialism comes to the person if the person gives up for others where materialism is concerned. Relationships become more fruitful when you give up in the matter of relationships. Higher learning comes to you, higher degrees come to you when you are ready to allow the higher learning losses to elevate your soul, elevate your learning, elevate your conscience, and through the higher learning manifesting the higher learning. So for a Pisces ascendant native, each sign going second from itself means as much and as long as you live for others, do for others, ready to give up for others, then then only you're true to the energy of the sign, and then gains will come to you, or the second house gains for each of the sign, being true to the sign, being true to the house, will come to you. Then let's go to Aquarius. Now when Aquarius becomes the ascendant, Aquarius rules which house? Aquarius rules the 11th house. So when Aquarius goes into the Lagna, which means Aquarius sign has gone third from itself, which means each sign for an Aquarius ascendant native has gone third from itself. But the third house is the house of effort, communication, branding. But what is the true energy of Aquarius? The true energy of Aquarius is society, social causes, the world at large, the masses at large, which means your effort has to be for masses, for social causes. You need to live your life for larger goals, for larger societal causes, and be ready to do for others. Put in the effort, self-enterprise, your communication, your thoughts, whatever effort that you put in, even your self-enterprise should be to do for others. And the more you do for others, the more you think about others, the more results will manifest for you, the more gains will come to you. But every effort that you do, or every step that you do in the direction or putting effort for that particular sign, gains will come to you. Now when the Capricorn becomes ascendant, Capricorn rules the 10th house. Now Capricorn has gone into the Lagna. What does this mean? This means Capricorn has gone 4 places from itself. Now 4th place from itself means Capricorn sign has gone into Kendra from itself. So each sign has gone into the 4th house from its natural rulership, and so means this is a very, very good placement. Going into Kendra from itself means high gains, material gains will also come to you, and the blessing of mother will come to you also. The blessing of the Grihastha ashram will also come to you if you're true to the meaning of Capricorn. What does Capricorn mean? Capricorn means living out your karma, which means in challenges, in issues, in problems, and when you're doing your duty, you may face every now and then hurdles. You may face obstacles. They may not be as much as for a Scorpio ascendant native, but here, as much as you're doing your karma, you're living out, you're living your karma, you're doing your duty, but facing the karma also, which is different from Sagittarius, which purely represent dharma. So here you're doing your karma and you're doing a dharma, but you're also living your karma, which means being grateful in any situation which comes to you and facing the karma without flinching away from duty, without flinching away from dharma, without flinching away from what your responsibilities are. Then truly this is a karmic sign. The 10th house is very, very karmic placement. So each of the houses doing the karma for that particular sign, doing the karma for the particular house, will also get you gains from the sign, because the sign is placed forth from itself. So if you stand by the duty for each house, and you're ready to face whatever the issues, whatever the challenges come for that particular house, and think that of that as your karma, be submissive to your karma, face your karma with a smile, with gratitude, and be submissive to that, but with duty, with diligence, with structure, with discipline, then gains come to you, and you get gains of each of the signs going forth from itself. Now if Sagittarius becomes the ascendant, now Sagittarius has the 9th house energies, the true energies of dharma, the true energies of higher learning is Sagittarius. But now Sagittarius sign has gone 5th from itself, which means each sign has gone 5th from itself. 5th house is a very, very strong house of gains, but the 5th house also represents the Sanchita karma, which means the 9th house of Prarabdha karma goes into the ascendant, and each sign goes 5th from itself, which means if you truly live out your Prarabdha karma, true to what the karma is asking you to do, then your entire Sanchita karma can be wiped out. The gains of Sanchita karma can come to you. All the good things can manifest to you through your Sanchita karma. Also, the 5th house is also the house of taking risks. But the 5th house is also following what your passion is, following what you like to do, following what you want to do. But it is in the line of dharma. So make dharma what you like to do. Do in the line of dharma. Start loving what your dharma is. Start loving what your duty is. Start loving what you do. Or do what you truly love, but don't forget your duty in the line of doing your duty. So through that, and you may face issues also, you may face challenges also, because the dharma, in doing your dharma, there will be obstacles, but through that, gaining the high experience, getting the higher learning, which the 9th house represents, which the Sagittarius represents. And if in your experiences, in facing different situations and learning from them and being ready to keep your eyes open, ears open, taking in the feedback and then manifesting that and raising your soul and elevating your soul, is a good opportunity for you. So if you are a Sagittarius Ascendant native, it's a good opportunity to gain out of every house if you're true to what the sign represents from itself. So for example, for a Sagittarius Ascendant native, Cancer sign, which in the Kalpurush Kundli should be ruling the 4th house, now has gone into the 8th house, 5th from itself. So for a Sagittarius Ascendant native, in the matter of emotions, in the matter of support, nourishing to others, in the obstacles, also nourishing others, also taking care of others, empathizing for others, and through that gaining materialistic favors, the supreme energy doing materialistic favors to you, because all your emotions, all your empathy, all your support and nourishment is for those who are themselves facing upheavals and serving the mother in all obstacles, all challenges, all issues. So if you're facing those who are facing challenges, obstacles, upheavals in their life, it is as good as serving your own mother or serving the supreme mother. And so this is a very, very karmic placement when if you're born in a Sagittarius Ascendant. For those who are born in the Scorpio Ascendant, now for a Scorpio Ascendant native, the Scorpio sign which rules the 8th house and now becoming the Lagna, means it has gone 6th from itself. The 8th house natural lord goes 6th from itself. What does this mean? It means, what is the Scorpio energy? Scorpio energy means standing up for upheaval, standing up for with your strong goal orientation, standing up even in the most strong upheavals, even in the most challenges, being true to your energy and helping others who are themselves facing obstacles, challenges, and yourself even in the face of obstacles, upheaval, challenges, not letting go of your values, your principles, and understanding the deeper meaning of life. And the deeper meaning of life is only when you are ready to face the challenges and upheavals without batting an eyelid, and taking that as your, and taking those challenges and issues also as a reward, so that through the challenges, through the issues that you're facing, you understand the deeper meaning of life, you understand the higher realms, and through understanding the higher realms, understanding and facing the upheavals and being submissive to the upheavals while standing up for others and facing it with a smile, with a gratitude, moving up in the higher realm, because the 8th house energies is also the Moksha energies, a very, very karmic placement. So if you're a Scorpio Ascendant native, it's a good opportunity for you, because every sign has gone 6th from itself, which means serving others. So the more you serve others in their obstacles, you will gain more. So for example, Virgo, which rules the 6th house, now has gone 6th from itself into the 11th house, which means serving masses, which 11th house represents. So as long as you're serving masses, the 6th house energies of obstacles, challenges, issues, sickness will all be kept away from you. You will gain from the 6th house by serving 6th from the 6th house, which means masses, if you serve the masses, and that is the true manifestation of the Scorpio Ascendant native. Now if Libra goes into the Ascendant, the Libra sign has gone 7th from itself. Now Libra is a very karmic sign, because Libra is the only sign which is placed between two Dusthanas. 6th house on one side, because Libra is the natural ruler is the 7th house, and so it is straddled between the 6th house and the 8th house, between two Dusthana, and now that has gone into the Lagna, which means the 8th house energies have gone 6th from itself and the 6th house energies have gone 8th from themselves, for example. So this is a very, very balanced placement, because every sign has gone 7th from itself, which means in every area of life you have to look at others, whoever you face in that manner of that house on a day-to-day basis, whoever you face. So for example, in the 4th house, who are the people you face on the other side related to domestic life? Related to domestic life, you face your family members. So which means doing or living for your family, doing for your family, and living for the others will get you gains of that house. So the 6th sign Virgo now has gone 12th from itself, which means for others, ready to give up what you want, ready to face challenges and issues, and ready to take even in losses when connected to service and serving others, and keeping a balance between what your needs are and what you do for others, and keeping a balance in relationship, not being completely leaning on one side, not leaning too much towards your spouse and forgetting about your parents, or not leaning towards one child so much that the other child feels left out, not leaning too much towards one team member that the other team member feels missed out or feels neglected. And so as long as you keep the balance between your needs and others' needs, and place others before you, and able to balance between relationship on one side and your needs on the other, and between relationships themselves, gains of each house will come to you. You will gain in team efforts, you will gain from the service of others, you will gain from the trust of others, and overall gains of each house, where others will also reciprocate, because each sign has gone 7 from itself, which means everybody who is representing the other side will also in turn reciprocate your efforts, because in every house you are looking at the others in that house rather than yourself. So that is the meaning when Libra becomes the ascendant in the sign versus houses perspective. Now when Virgo goes into the Lagna, which means Virgo sign has now gone 8th from itself. So the 6th house sign has gone into the 8th place from itself, which means each sign has gone 8th from itself. Now what does this mean? 6th sign, a Virgo sign, means service, doing for others in a very analytical, in a very logical, in a very thought through, in a very pragmatic, in a very practical way, and being ready to look at things deeper, look at the finer elements, and being able to look at problems and solutions to problems. And that's why the keen eye is given to Virgo people. The keen eye is not given for you to do things for yourself, but to make the choices, analytical choices for your gains. The keen eye is given to you, the piercing eye is given to you, the problem finding eye is given to you to serve others. And only when you are able to look deeper will you be able to solve problems, rather than at a superficial level. Which means as long as you are helping people, because it has got 8th from itself, as long as you are helping others in their obstacles, in their upheavals, with a keen eye, with a logical framework, and in serving others, then the obstacles, the challenges of each house are kept away from you, and the gains and the manifestation and the boons of the house are conferred on you. Because what is the 6th house? The 6th house energies are also that of competition and overcoming competition. So your obstacles and upheavals are your competition. So when you're living for others, you're doing for others, then automatically all competition, you win over all obstacles, you win over all challenges and issues, you keep all obstacles at bay, and you come out in much higher realm, much higher in the eyes of the supreme energy through service. Now when Leo goes into the ascendant, where does Leo has gone? Leo sign has gone 9th from itself. Now the 9th house is Dharma, and the Leo sign also represents the 5th house energies of Sanchita Karma, which means doing your Dharma through leadership, which the Leo sign energy represents, which means doing your Dharma through accountability, doing your Dharma or your duty with leadership, being the first person to put your foot forward. And if you're doing your Dharma with leadership, with accountability, and manifesting the soul, because Leo also is represented by Sun, the soul, then your Sanchita Karma is into play, your Prarabdha Karma, both are into play. Which means in doing your Dharma, your soul's manifestation may also happen. The Sanchita Karma also may be, the boons of the Sanchita Karma may be also be made favorable to you, and you will gain. So this is a very, very karmic placement of Leo going 9th from itself, which means listening to your gurus, and yourself through learning from the gurus, listening to your gurus, getting higher learning from them, learning from your experiences, learning with leadership, learning from accountability, and through that getting the boons of the Sanchita Karma. And the 5th house also represents the stage, which means at the world stage you have to become the leader, you have to take the accountability, you have to stand up for others, you have to fight for others. Then the gains will come to you, the boons will come to you. Every house is gone, every sign has gone 9th from itself. So the gains of every house will come to you when you are taking the leadership of the attributes of the house, taking responsibility, ready to face the high learning, ready to listen to your gurus, and living the responsibility of each house with accountability and leadership. That is the meaning when Leo goes into the ascendant and goes 9th placement from itself. Now when Cancer sign goes into the Lagna, now Cancer sign has gone 10th from itself, which means Cancer sign represents nurturing, nourishment, supporting, and 10th house means karma, which means you need to make your karma to nurture others, to support others, to take care of others, and become like a motherly figure to everybody else. Have an eye like a mother to others, which means your karma is to nourish others, your karma is to support others, your karma is to be empathetic to others. So as long as you are doing that, the karma of each sign which has gone 10th from itself, and if you for each house you look at the relationship, the responsibility of that house as a nurturer. So for example, for a Cancer Ascendant native, the 7th house is represented by Capricorn, which means in your duty at work, in your relationships, you should be the nurturer, you should be the supporter, you need to be having an empathetic eye towards others. Then automatically the gains will come to you, the karmic manifestation will happen to you, because this is the Lagna of directly of Lord Ram, who was also the nurturer supreme, who was also the caretaker supreme of others. So you should become the nurturer, you should become the person who's like a motherly figure for others, or at least be the supporter of others, at least be an empathetic ear for others. If you can't be the nurturer for others, because you yourselves are going through challenge, and then you will find that your karma manifests, you will get the gains out of that house, and a lot of opportunities come to you when you're true as a nurturer to each house energies, because the gains come to you where the others also reach out to you. You have karmic gains at a karmic level, the gains come to you. So the karma is manifested, the soul's elevation happens when you become the nurturer supreme, the supporter supreme, when you are born in the Cancer Ascendant. Now for Gemini Ascendant native, Gemini sign rules the 3rd house, and now it's gone into the Lagna, which means it has gone 11th from itself. Now 11th placement from itself is a sign of gains, is a placement of gains. But what does the 11th house represent? 11th house represents the society, social causes. And what does Gemini represent? Gemini represents communication, effort, self-enterprise. So when your effort and self-enterprise is for the social causes and for society at large, rather than being dual-minded, whether I should do this or that, be steadfast in your thought, be steadfast in how you think, be steadfast in social goals. And in whatever you do, find out or reach out or manifest some social cause or some social gain that you leave behind, and have a strong mindset of leaving a strong legacy behind. Then you will find that because each sign has gone 11th from itself, and for each house, if you're looking at society at large rather than immediate family, look at society at large. So for example, connected to the 4th house, the 4th lord has gone 11th from itself. So Cancer sign, for example, has gone 11th from itself and gone into the 2nd house. So in the matters of the 4th house, looking at creating livelihood for others, because the Cancer sign has gone into the 2nd house for a Gemini Ascendant native. So rather than looking only at your family, at a social level, at a society level, how you can help others get better livelihood, for example, or helping at least one person to gain his or her livelihood, or pointing them towards the direction where they can make their own livelihood, or supporting them to make their own livelihood, paying for somebody's fees so that they become adept and they become independent, for example, is just one example. So for each house you manifest at a social level, a social cause, and you will find that for that at a karmic level you get gains, at a social level you get gains, and your dual mindedness goes away, because your key aim, your key focus is on social causes rather than yourself. Then you will find that your communication will be better, your marketing will be better, your communication will come good, people will look at you with more open eyes, will be more acceptable to you, will be more receptive to you, and all round gains of each house will come to you, because each sign has gone 11th from itself. Now if you are born in the Taurus Ascendant native, Taurus sign rules the 2nd house and has gone into the Lagna, which means it has gone 12th from itself. What does 12th from itself mean? 12th from itself means losses and challenges and issues. But what does Taurus represent? Taurus sign represents materialism, which means if you need to truly gain, if you're born in the Taurus Ascendant, then to truly gain at a karmic level, then you need to have losses to your materialism, which means keep your focus away from material change. Material manifestation, moving towards materialism, but look at how you give up for others. So you give up materialism to help others, and you need to stand up for your family, because second house energies is also for family and family values and principles. So don't forget your principles, don't move away from your values, stand up for your family, give up your own materialism, give up your own self to take care of families and to live by your principles. So when people around you, the world at large, sees you as a person of principles, as a person of values, then the manifestation comes to you. Materialistic gains of each house comes to you, because each sign has gone 12 from itself, and you're giving up in every house in the relationship, or for the relationship, or for the manifestation of that house. So for example, for a Taurus Ascendant native, the fourth house lord, fourth sign Cancer, has gone into the 12th house, which means in the matter of family, giving up your own needs for family and putting effort, because Cancer sign has become the third house now, which means putting effort for family, nurturing the family, emotionally taking care of the family, and then automatically the fourth house gains will also come to you. Material gains will also come to you, because here you're not living for yourself, you're not taking a materialistic approach, but you're taking a giving up approach, you're taking a more karmic approach, you're taking a more moksha oriented, a salvation oriented approach of giving up your needs and your manifestation, your greed, and living a life of values and principles, and that becomes your legacy. And then each house gains come to you through you being able to give up your own needs for the needs of others. And that is the manifestation and the meaning of Taurus becoming the ascendant in a sign versus houses placement. Last but not the least, where will Aries go? Aries is already the first house ruler. Aries can't go anywhere. Aries can't become the first house again, and that's why Aries sign is the Kal Purush Kundli, the true representative of all the energies. Each sign becomes true manifestation of its own house, and each sign becomes the strongest. And what is Aries energy? Aries is ruled by Mars. It is the Mool Trikona sign of Mars. Mars is the general. Mars is a general for whom? Mars is a general for the soul, which means you need to fight for your soul. Mars is the fighter. You need to face obstacles and challenges for the soul. And what is the soul? What is the soul energy for Aries Ascendant native? Soul represented by the Sun. Sun rules your fifth house of Leo, and fifth house is the house of the Sanchita Karma, which means for Aries Ascendant native, your signs are strongest in their own houses, and they will manifest each house very, very strongly as long as you're standing up for your soul. And what is the soul's main goal? The soul's main goal is to serve the supreme energy through serving others. So as long as you're serving everybody, whoever it's coming, and serving the soul. What is serving the soul? So living with your conscience, living with a goal to help others and to live for others, but also to do your duty and to understand the supreme energy, to be grateful and to be submissive to the energy of the Supreme Lord, and to fight with values, stand up for what you believe and stand up for your goals and stand up for their soul represent. Never move away from your soul, never compromise your soul, and gains come to you, salvation comes to you if you're born in the Aries Ascendant native. So friends, for each of the sign depends on how many houses it goes away, the manifestation is accordingly. There are more deeper meanings for each of the signs, but at least at a sign versus house level, at a 70,000 feet level, being born in the ascendant and place so many houses from itself is the meaning, is the manifestation of what the placement away from itself means. So now whichever ascendant you're born in, understand if you are truly living the meaning at a sign versus house level, you are living that meaning, you're living that manifestation, or you're moved away from the goal of your ascendant, the purpose given to you, or the way that you need to live your life for that particular ascendant, and you're manifesting too much into other areas of materialism and moved away from your karmic goal and your soul's goal. And you will find that if you have done that, then you're not living your life of karma. So understand your ascendant better and try to move in the direction at a karmic level what your ascendant means. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation for me, please reach out to me at the links given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend, astrologer and guide Irfan signing off.